Good morning, student. This is Latif sir. Today I am going to discuss about the sixth chapter of class 12th chemistry. The topic is general principle and processes of isolation of elements. In this chapter, you have to learn about uh, isolation of different metals. Earth crust is the source of many elements, and out of these elements, 70% are metals. And metals can exist in two forms. One is in native state and another is in combined state. Metals can exist in two form in nature. One is in native state or in free state, and another is in combined state, depending upon their chemical reactivity. Generally, chemically low reactive metals, that is noble metals such as gold, silver, platinum, these exist in the free state or in native state, while highly reactive metals such as sodium, potassium, calcium, these metal can exist in combined state in nature. These highly reactive metals exist as metal oxide, metal carbonate, metal sulfide, metal halide, like this. And some important terms you have to remember associated with metallurgy. First, minerals and ores. What are minerals and ores? Minerals are the naturally occurring chemical substances in which the metals are present. Minerals are the naturally occurring substances, chemical substances in which the metals are present. So, the naturally occurring substances in the form of which the metals occur in the earth crust, in which the metal occur in the earth crust, are called minerals. And the mineral from which the metal is economically and conveniently extracted is called an ore. The mineral from which the metal is economically and conveniently extracted is called an ore. And you have to remember that all ore are minerals, but all minerals are not ore. In your syllabus, you have to remember ores or minerals of iron, zinc, copper, and silver. Iron, zinc, copper, and silver. Here in this table, ores of different metals are given. You have to read about the ores of iron. For example, siderite, and ores of copper such as cuprite, malachite green, copper glans, and ores of zinc, calamine, ZnCO3, zinc blend, and ores of silver such as horn silver, argentite or silver glans. You have to remember the ores of name and formula of ores of uh, iron, zinc, copper, and silver. Next time, gangue or matrix. Gangue or matrix are the impurities associated with ores. Gangue or matrix are the impurities associated with ore. So impurities associated with ore are called gangue or matrix. Next up, metallurgy. Metallurgy is the entire scientific and technological process used for the isolation of metal from its ore. Metallurgy is the entire scientific and technological process used for the isolation of metals from its ore. And there are different types of metallurgical process such as pyrometallurgical extraction. In this method, metals takes place at very high extraction of metals take place at very high temperature. A pyrometallurgical process, in this method extraction of metal take place at very high temperature, and using this method copper, zinc, iron, tin, this metal can be extracted. And second method is hydrometallurgical process. Hydrometallurgical process, in this method metals are extracted by the use of their aqueous solution. Hydrometallurgical process, in this method metals are extracted by the use of their aqueous solution, and using this method gold, silver metals can be extracted. And the third types of metallurgical process is electrometallurgical process. Electrometallurgical process, Using this method, sodium, potassium, lithium, calcium, these highly reactive metals can be extracted from their molten salt solution through electrolytic method. These are three basic types of metallurgical process: Hy- pyrometallurgical extraction or pyrometallurgy, hydrometallurgical process, and electrometallurgical process. Now, see steps involved in metallurgy. The the following steps are involved in the metallurgy. The steps are: first, ore to powder ore, then concentration of ore, and then concentrated ore to crude metal, and after refining you will get pure metal. So first is crushing of ore. Crushing of ore to get the powder form of ore. Crushing of ore means, in this method, the big lumps big lumps of ore are crushed into smaller pieces with the help of jaw crusher. Next, concentration of ore means removal of unwanted materials such as sand, clays from the ore. Concentration of ore means removal of unwanted materials. Concentration of ore is also called dressing of ore. And concentration of ore can be carried out by various ways depending upon the nature of ore. Concentration of ore can be carried out by various ways depending upon the nature of the ore. First one is hydraulic washing or gravity separation or levitation. This is the simply washing the ore particles with water. So hydraulic washing or levitation, the process by which lighter impurities, the process by which the earthy impurities are removed from the heavier ore particles by washing with water is called levitation or hydraulic washing. The lighter particles or lighter impurities are washed away, and thus this method is based on the difference in the specific gravities of ore and gangue. And using this method, hydraulic washing, uh, this method is commonly used for the oxides ore such as hematite, tin, stone, and native ores of gold, silver. Second method of concentration of ore is froth flotation. Froth flotation. This method is used for the concentration of sulfide ore. This method is used for the concentration of sulfide ore. And this method is, the principle of this method or basis of this method is based on the preferential weighting of ore particle by oil and that of gangue by water. The principle of this method is that this method is based on the preferential weighting of ore particles by oil and that of gangue particles by water. As a result, the ore particles become light and rise to the top in the form of froth, while the gangue particle become heavy and settle down. And the froth can be stabilized by adding stabilizers such as aniline, crystal. Now see three terms associated with froth flotation. First, activator. Activate the floating property of one of the component of the ore and help in the separation of different minerals present in the same ore. Depressant. These are used to prevent certain types of particles from forming the froth with the air bubbles. For example, NaCN, sodium cyanide, can be used as a depressant in the separation of zinc sulfide and lead sulfide ore. KCN also can also be used as depressant. And collectors, it increases the non-wettability of ore particle by water. And fine oil, sodium xanthate, sodium xanthate and fatty acid, these are some collectors. Next method is electromagnetic separation. Electromagnetic separation. This method of concentration is employed when either the ore or the impurities, associated with magnetic property. This method is electromagnetic separation. This method of concentration is employed when either the ore or the impurities associated with it are magnetic in nature. That means either the ore or the impurities, any one component must have the magnetic property, must be magnetic in nature. And using this method, you can separate wolframite, ore of iron, FeWO4, wolframite, from its impurities, cassiterite, SnO4, cassiterite, which is non-magnetic, and wolframite, FeWO4, which is magnetic in nature. And using this method, you can separate wolframite from cassiterite. Next method is chemical method of leaching. Chemical method or leaching. Concentration of ore by chemical method. It is also called leaching. Leaching is the process in which the ore is concentrated by chemical reaction with a suitable reagent. Leaching is the process in which the ore is concentrated by chemical reaction with a suitable reagent which dissolve the ore but not the impurities. This is the principle of leaching. Leaching is the process in which the ore is concentrated by chemical reaction with a suitable reagent which dissolve the ore but not the impurities. For example, bauxite is leached with a hot concentrated solution of sodium hydroxide. Bauxite Al2O3.2H2O. Bauxite is leached with the hot concentrated solution of sodium hydroxide, NaOH, and this sodium hydroxide dissolve aluminum oxide, Al2O3, while the other oxides such as Fe2O3, titanium oxide, SiO2, silicon oxide, these oxides remain undissolved, and noble metals such as gold, silver, these are leached with the dilute aqueous solution of NaCN or KCN in the presence of air. So in the using chemical method leaching, you can concentrate bauxite ore or ores of silver, noble metal like silver, gold. Okay, and bauxite ore is leached with the help of hot concentrated sodium hydroxide, and noble metals such as gold, silver, these metals are leached with a dilute aqueous solution of sodium cyanide or KCN in presence of air. And you have to mention the chemical reactions also during leaching of uh, bauxite ore. The bauxite, that is Al2O3.2H2O, it reacts with sodium hydroxide and it forms a soluble sodium meta-aluminate, NaAlO2, and water. And the impurities present in bauxite such as Fe2O3, titanium oxide, silicon oxide, these impurities remain undissolved. Okay, and you have to filter the solution. In the solution, in the filtrate, you will get sodium meta-aluminate. Then again you have to convert this sodium meta-aluminate into alumina, Al2O3, pure Al2O3. This process is known as Bayer process. I think you have learned in class 10 Bayer process. And for ores of silver, gold, here silver sulfide ore of silver, it's treated with sodium cyanide and it forms soluble sodium argentocyanide. Okay. Next method is extraction of uh, this is the next step of extraction of metals after concentration of ore. Next step is extraction of crude metal from concentrated ore. Next step is extraction of crude metals from concentrated ore. So they I have told about different types of concentration of ore. First one is hydraulic washing or gravity separation. Second one is froth flotation. You have and electromagnetic separation and chemical method of leaching. You have to remember the principle of these methods and which metals can be concentrated using which concentration method. Okay, you have to remember. Now, extraction of crude metal from concentrated ore. The concentrated ore is usually converted into oxide before reduction. The concentrated ore usually converted into oxide before reduction, as oxide are easily reduced. So there are two step in the concentration of in the extraction of crude metal from concentrated ore. First one is conversion to metal oxide, and then reduction of the oxide to metal. These are two steps. So first you have to convert the ore into metal oxide, and in the next step you have to reduce the metal oxide to metal. So first, conversion to metal oxide. You know, odes can exist, different ode can exist in different form. In some odes exist as carbonate, metal carbonate. Some odes exist as metal nitrate, metal sulfate, metal sulfide. Okay, so in this step, in the conversion of metal ores into metal oxide, in this step you have to convert the metal ores into metal oxide, and the process involved in this process in this step is calcination and roasting. So conversion to oxide. First method is calcination. So calcination, this is the process of converting an ore into its oxide by heating strongly below its melting point in a limited supply of air or in absence of air. So calcination, this is the process of conversion of ore into metal oxide, and in this process metal ore is strongly heated below its melting point in a limited supply of air or in absence of air. And during calcination, volatile impurities such as organic matter, moisture are removed. And this method is applied for generally for metal carbonate and metal hydroxide ores. Calcination is used for metal carbonates and metal hydroxide and is carried out in reverberatory furnace. Here examples of calcination given: calcination of bauxite Al2O3.2H2O. If you heat bauxite Al2O3.2H2O, the moisture will be removed from Al2O3. Okay, and Al2O3.2H2 becomes Al2O3. And similarly, if you heat limestone calcium carbonate, the ore of carbonate, if you heat calcium carbonate, the carbon dioxide molecule will be removed from calcium carbonate, and calcium carbonate will become into calcium oxide. Similarly, if you heat dolomite CaCO3 MgCO3, it is the ore of magnesium and also ore of calcium. If you heat dolomite, you will get calcium oxide, magnesium oxide, and carbon dioxide. So by using calcination method, you can convert metal carbonate, metal hydroxide into metal oxide. And another method of conversion of ores into metal oxide is roasting. Roasting, this is the process of converting an ore into its metallic oxide. In this process, you can also convert a ore into, in this using roasting method, you can also convert an ore into its metallic oxide by heating it strongly below its melting point. But in presence of excess air, the difference between roasting and calcination is that calcination is done in absence or in a limited supply of air, but roasting is done in presence of excess air. The both processes are similar. Okay, you have to heat the metal ore strongly. In roasting, you have to heat the metal ore into in presence of excess air below its melting point to get the metallic oxide. And this method is commonly used for sulfide ore. This method is commonly used for sulfide ore, such as zinc sulfide, lead sulfide ore. And this roasting is carried out in blast furnace or reverberatory furnace. And using roasting helps to remove the non-metallic impurities and moisture. For example, during roasting of zinc sulfide, you have to react ZnS with water with oxygen. In presence of excess air means reaction with oxygen, so zinc sulfide becomes zinc oxide and sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide is a gas, it will be removed. Similarly, lead sulfide, when react with oxygen during roasting, it will be converted into lead oxide plus sulfur dioxide gas. Sulfur dioxide gas will be removed. So, using calcination and roasting, you can convert an ore into its metal oxide. Okay, so after conversion into oxide, you have to reduce the metal oxide to metal. Now, reduction of oxide to metal. Reduction of metal oxide into metal. So, the roasted or the calcine ore is then converted to free metal by reduction. So, reduction method depends upon the activity of metals. For different metal, different types of reductions are carried out. And metals such as very low reactive metals which are low in reactivity series such as copper, mercury, gold are obtained by heating their compounds in air. And metals such as which are present in the middle of activity series like zinc, iron, nickel, these metals are obtained by heating their oxide with carbon. While metals which are very highly reactive, that is the metals which are present at the top of activity series such as sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, these are obtained by electrolytic reduction electrolytic reduction method. So for different types of metals, you have to apply different types of reduction. So first type of reduction is smelting, that is with carbon reduction with carbon. And this process of extraction of metal by fusion of its oxide ore with carbon or carbon monoxide is called smelting. And this method is carried out in a reverberatory furnace. And this method, smelting, is using smelting you can convert zinc ore of zinc, iron into its metal oxide. So there are different types of reduction method. First one is smelting, and using this method you can convert zinc oxide, iron oxide into zinc or iron. And the reaction given in this method, in smelting method, you have to reduce the metal oxide with carbon or carbon monoxide. For example, when zinc oxide reduced by carbon, it becomes zinc plus carbon monoxide gas. And similarly, Fe2O3 hematite ore treated with carbon monoxide at very high temperature, 823 Kelvin, it will be converted into FeO plus CO2, and Fe2O3 when treated with carbon, it will be converted into Fe, iron metal, plus carbon monoxide. You can also see in the book the different different types of reaction given in different temperature region, and during smelting a substance called flux is added which remove the non-fusible impurities such as non-fusible impurities as fusible slag. So uh, flux is the chemical substances which you have to add during smelting, during conversion of metal oxide into crude metal, which remove the non-fusible impurities as fusible slag. So flux combine with impurities and it becomes slag, and the slag is insoluble in molten metal and lighter than the molten metal. So slag is floats over the molten metal and skimmed off. And different types of flux are used in different types of in case of different metals. Okay, different flux are used in the extraction process of different metals, and these flux combine with the impurities, non-fusible impurities, and remove as slag. And there are two types of flux, one is acidic flux, another is basic flux. Flux is used to remove basic impurities. Acidic flux is used for to remove basic impurities. For example, yes, SiO2, SiO2, SiO2 silicon dioxide is a is an acidic flux which is used to remove calcium oxide during smelting. SiO2 is an acidic flux which removes calcium oxide as calcium silicate, CaSiO3. Similarly, SiO2 can also remove iron oxide, FeO, as FeO is a basic impurity. So SiO2, which is an acidic flux which remove FeO as FeSiO3. And basic flux used to remove impurities. Basic flux is used to remove acidic impurities. Okay, basic flux such as calcium carbonate, CaCO3, magnesium carbonate, MgCO3, these are used to remove acidic impurities such as SiO2. Huh. So when calcium carbonate is used as flux, acidic flux, it will convert SiO with SiO2. If SiO2 is present in the metal ore, during the process of smelting you have to use calcium carbonate which will combine with SiO2, which will combine with the acidic impurity SiO2 to form calcium silicate, to form the calcium silicate slag, fusible slag, and it will be removed as it is lighter than the molten metal. For example, in the process of extraction of copper from copper pyrites, you have to use silica SiO2 as acidic flux, because copper pyrites contain iron oxide as a basic impurities, iron oxide. So to remove FeO from copper pyrites, from ore of copper, during extraction of copper, you have to use SiO2, you have to use an acidic flux. Similarly, mm, during extraction of Fe from its ore, you have to use calcium carbonate, CaCO3, because the ore of iron, hematite, Fe2O3, contain acidic impurities. So to remove acidic impurities from Fe, from ore of Fe, you have to use calcium carbonate. So in the extraction of copper and Fe, the slag often are respectively FeSiO3 and CaSiO3. And next method of reduction is reduction by aluminum. In this method, a ore is reduced by a highly reactive metal. A metal oxide is reduced by another metal. For example, chromium oxide reduced by aluminum to give aluminum oxide and chromium metal. So reduction by aluminum, this method also called Goldsmith-Thermit process, and in this method aluminum powder is used as reducing agent. Aluminum powder is used as reducing agent. Aluminum reduces aluminum oxide to reduces chromium oxide to chromium, and the mixture of a chromium oxide Cr2O3, that is metal oxide, and aluminum 3:1 ratio, in 3:1 ratio, is known as thermit mixture. The ratio of metal oxide and aluminum in 3:1 ratio is known as thermit mixture. And next, auto reduction. And this method is a auto reduction method is applied or is used for reduction of sulfide ore. Sulfide of copper, sulfide of lead. Sulfide ores are reduced by this method, auto reduction. In this method no external reducing agent are required, no external reducing agent are used. That's why this is known as auto reduction. And the sulfides ore are heated in supply of limited air. The sulfide ores is heated in a supply of air at very high temperature, 70 to 970 Kelvin. When the metal sulfide is partially oxidized to form its oxide or sulfate. In this auto reduction method, the sulfides ore is heated in supply of air, and the sulfides ore is partially oxidized to form metal oxide or metal sulfate, and then this metal oxide or metal sulfate reduces the remaining metal sulfide to give the metal. For example, when copper sulfide Cu2s reacts with oxygen, it will be copper oxide plus sulfur dioxide, and in the next step copper oxide will reduce the remaining copper sulfide to copper. And in this method, as no external reducing agent are required, that's why this is known as auto reduction. First step sulfide ore converted into metal oxide, and in second step metal oxide itself reduces the metal oxide reduces the remaining metal sulfide, okay, to give the metal, crude metal. And this method is applied for extraction of copper, silver, copper, lead, zinc, okay. So after getting the crude metal by reduction of metal oxide to metal, then you have to refine the metal or purify the crude metals. This is the next step. This is the last step of extraction of metal from its ore. And I will discuss this refining process or different types of refining in the next video. Thank you, students.